Now, so many people think there are tons of rules when it comes to the golf swing. You have to do X, you have to do Y, you have to do Z to be able to get that club down to the golf ball and get that golf ball going where it should be. For example, a lot of you out there think, oh, you've got to keep your head down to get that club to the ground and get that club underneath that golf ball. You could not be more wrong. There are just better ways of doing it. I've seen so many different funky swings, funky grips, funky swings, just do a great job. I've seen loads of great golf swings, aesthetically pleasing golf swings, do a really poor job. But for me, there is an absolute huge rule that you need to adhere to in the golf swing to make sure you do contact that ball as repeatably and consistently as you possibly can do. Before we start, don't forget, hit that link below to my website to sign up on the waiting list for lessons with myself here at Whittleby Park. On to today's tip. Now again, it's really important. If you want repeatability and consistency in your game, you have to make sure this happens. As I say, there's not many rules in the golf swing, but my word, this should be an absolute must. This should be one of your top 3 rules of your golf swing to be able to make sure you strike the ball as well as you can do. And it is this. When you take that golf club back, a lot of you tend to lift up. Okay, the hands go first, as we explained in a previous video, those hands lift up. But what we've got to try and do, as I've said before, yes, we've got to rotate. But not only have we got to rotate on the way back, i.e. turn our body around in a circle on the way back, we have to make sure when we take that club back, that left shoulder, for a right-handed golfer, the left shoulder, the lead shoulder, has to be going down towards that ground. That is absolutely crucial. And the problem if you don't, if that left shoulder rises up on the way back, you're then further away from the ground, making it really difficult, not impossible, but really difficult to get that club to the ground. And therefore, more often than not, you're going to top the ball or you're going to cut across it trying to get back to it. And that's the problem. So we need to make sure, again, this goes for you. If you really pull it or slice it or top it, this more than likely is for you. So you've got to make sure when you take that club back, that left shoulder is going down to the ground, because it's almost an absolute guaranteed that golf club will hit the ground and therefore that ball will more likely go up in the air. So we've got to make sure that left shoulder is going down to the ground on that way back, because if it doesn't, we're going to top it. But if it does, we're going to strike it nice and effortlessly without having to feel like we're forcing it. So make sure you get that lead shoulder, that left shoulder down to the ground if you're prone to topping, pulling or slicing.